Hey everyone, I'm Mia, and today we're going to learn about shooting video using filters. If you've ever shot video on a bright sunny day that included a body of water, like a beach or a lake, then you may have noticed a blinding glare off the water. Or maybe you've tried to shoot through a window and all you see is your own reflection staring back at you. Maybe you'd like to try your hand at blurred motion video by slowing down your shutter speed, but you don't want to overexpose your image. Or you'd like to add a soft look to the people that you're capturing footage of without a lot of work in post. All of these things can be accomplished with the right filter. Now, if you've never shot video with a filter before, don't worry. We're going to explain the basics of a neutral density filter, a circular polarizing filter, a UV filter, and a soft effect filter. These filters screw on to the front of your threaded camera or camcorder lens. Let's start with neutral density or ND filters. These filters will darken your images so you can shoot with a wider aperture or slower shutter speed. These filters are most commonly used to achieve shallow depth of field, which separates your subject out from the background, or to capture soft, blurred movement. Some ND filters will only give you a single degree of density, but variable ND filters will give you the choice between several different degrees of density. I recommend choosing a variable filter because in the end it saves money and time rather than purchasing several different filters and having to screw them on and off the lens. Now, if you're working with a camcorder that has a fixed shutter speed like this Canon Vixia HF G10, a neutral density filter will help you film snow, sand, or other bright scenes, which can be tricky to capture without being overexposed. On this Vixia G10, we're going to try a Heliopan 58mm variable gray ND filter. The front ring has 12 steps down from lightest to darkest. Rotating that ring allows you to darken the image from around 1 to 6.6 stops. Controlling the degree of density or darkening will help you find a sweet spot where you're able to set the aperture or shutter speed exactly where you want without overexposing the image. Don't worry about your color. ND filters won't affect the colors in your video. If you've ever had the frustrating experience of trying to shoot through glass or water on a sunny day and all you see is bouncing light and reflections, that's when a polarizing filter comes to the rescue. It helps to reduce reflections and glare by filtering out light that has become polarized and hazy. As the filter reduces glare and reflection, you'll notice a color saturation increase in parts of your video, particularly in skies and foliage. There are two types of polarizers, linear and circular. I'm using a Tiffen circular polarizer on this Sony EX1. I'm not going to go into details about how they work, just know that a circular filter is best to use if you plan to rely on autofocus or exposure. And if you're shooting video, autofocus is pretty much a must, so stick to circular polarizers. This is a BW 82mm Caseman circular polarizer MRC filter. It's a high-end filter. We used it with a wide-angle lens on a Canon 5D Mark II. Here's the difference with the filter and without it. See how different the video looks? This filter is made of shot glass, and the MRC stands for multi-resistant coating. This filter has both an anti-reflection coating as well as a protective surface. It increases the transmission of desired light by reducing reflections, scattered light, and ghosting. It also provides additional protection to the filter and stays cleaner longer than uncoated filters, and that's why this filter will cost more than some of the other polarizing filters out there like the Tiffen. If you're shooting high-end videos for high-paying clients, then you might decide that it's worth the extra cash. Let's move on now to UV filters. UV filters are used to filter out UV light, which can cause a haze in video if you're working at a high altitude where there's more ultraviolet rays. But most photographers and videographers use a UV filter to simply protect their lens. Now, some pros swear that using a UV filter is not necessary. Their argument: if you spend thousands of dollars on a lens, why would you cover it with a filter that costs less than $100, thus reducing the image quality? Plus, if you use a cheap UV filter and you're shooting lights, you may experience filter flare. This is where spots appear in your images because the filter is not coated. So here's my suggestion. Don't skimp on the filter. Spend the extra money to buy something that will protect your lens and includes a coating like MRC, that multi-resistant coating. Here's a side-by-side comparison. See if you can tell which video was shot using the UV filter and which is shot without the filter. The truth is, a UV filter is a wise initial investment, especially if there's a possibility you might drop a lens or a camera. If you're working with a camera that does not have interchangeable lenses like this EX1, a UV filter could keep you from buying a whole new camera. Plus, they're super easy to clean, and if you scratch it, just buy another. It's much cheaper than buying a new lens or a new camera. This Hoya 72mm UV-C haze filter is designed to be ultra thin. When using it, you should still see sharp contrast and well-balanced colors. If you're thinking right now that you could use all of these filters, you might want to check out a kit like this Tiffen Digital Essentials Filter Kit. It comes in various sizes and includes a UV protector filter, a neutral density 0.6 filter, and a circular polarizer filter. We have the 77mm kit, which works with the EX1. If you're just starting with filters, this might be an affordable first investment so you can experiment with each one. This kit costs less than some of the more expensive single filters. Plus, the filters come with their own carrying case. It's the perfect gift for the outdoor digital videographer or photographer. Lastly, let's take a look at a soft effect filter. This Tiffen 58mm soft effects half density filter is a diffusion filter. It softens skin and blemishes as well as smoothing out wrinkles. A soft filter also creates a muted glow effect. Think of how pretty this would look filming in candlelight. The half density coating on this particular filter provides the least amount of softening, so your video will still be well defined but with a cozy look. Soft filters are also great for shooting dreamlike video. Those are all the filters that we're going to take a look at today, but there are many others out there if you're interested. You can try color correction, black and white filters, and contrast filters. There are all kinds of graduated, solid, and variable filters to choose from. I'm Mia McCormick. Thanks for watching.
For more information, please visit us online, give us a call, or stop by our New York City Superstore. You can also connect with us on the web.